The second leg of the Superspeedway Swing in the Gatorade Cup Series heads to the Pensacola International Speedway for the running of the AMP Energy 500. This is the 15th Gatorade Cup Series race of season number 12. On the pole, Jake Gowie got his first ever GCS win here, looking for another one here this season. 2 outside, second to 99 of Jonathan Buford. Then in third place, David Pez, fourth place, Jeff Bright, and ranking at the top 5, Carter Friesen in car number 6. Starting in 6th is the 48 of Nottingham Scott. 7th place, we have Scott Upton. 8th place for Anthony Hernandez. 9th is Sebastian Kukulon. And ranking at the top 10, Marshall Burrell in the 07. Back behind them, TJ Henley in the 21, outside in the 44 of Jojo Satomu. Then we have Riley Sampson in the 31 and the 1 of Max Anderson. Then there's Conrad Evans and Tommy Fletcher Jr. in the 41 car, with Max Rossi and Riley Spurleytube in the 28. Then there's Luke Brittany, he's won there before, and William Seaman in the 45 car. Then we have Jose Mills and Anson and Charles Bois, with Keegan Thompson and Keyshawn Richardson. Then there's Eli Bright, who's been the best here the past 2 seasons, who's inside the 17 of Roman Fenway. Then there's Ronan Curtis and Evan Hunter, points leader Griffin Lynn and Colton Yo in the 01. Then we have Jay Brando and Colin Teague, Colucci 42 and 7 Levi Shones. Then we have Michael Gregory and Landon Lyons, Baby Ruiz and Trevor. He won here all the way back in season number 4. Then there's Derek Camel and Zachary DeLello, and rounding out the field, 41st Anthony Fox, 42nd the 78 of Jay Jefferson. There's our 42 car start lap for racing here at the Pensacola International Speedway. Let's go on trackside and fire these engines up for the 15th GCS race of the season.
Are you ready? Drivers, start your engine!
Forty-two cars rolling off the start grid for racing here at Pensacola in the second leg of the Superspeedway Swing in the 15th race of the season. Jake Gowie starts on pole, has won here before. In fact, it was his first ever Gatorade Cup Series win back in season number 8. He's won a lot since then, looking for his first this season. 2 outside, Jonathan Buford has won multiple times this season, and behind them both, 3 of the 400 cars start inside the top 6, with Pez in 3rd, Jeff Wright in 4th, and Nottingham Scott in 6th position. The other driver, out of the Hendrick stable, Eli Bright, starts back outside the top 20, but he has finished the top 2 here the last 3 of the last 4 races. He's done very well. 2 of those were victories. 1 was the second place. The other finished just outside the top 20 in 23rd. He rolls off on the outside row. Some points contenders, Kukulon and TJ at the front of the field. Luke Rainey, Griffin Lynn, front 2 points at the back of the field. 26 laps here at Pensacola, and oh, by the way, the slower speeds this season after speeds here 230 miles an hour caused issues last season. Green flag racing at Pensacola. Jake Gowie did not get a great start in the 11 at all, did not go up through the gears that well, and that's going to allow Pez to go 3 wide and lead the first lap here at Pensacola quickly to his inside. Scott Upton looks to change that, entering turn number 1 to the inside the 88 off to the first corner, already 3 and 4 wide as they scatter out into turn number 1. Wide enough here to do that, but you can see the speeds a little bit lower. Last season in the chase race here, we saw speeds at 230 miles an hour at points in the draft, which caused tire issues with so much load on the tires, so much speed, and so high banked. These tires are under extreme load, extreme wear throughout the corners, and with those fast speeds added on, it added on to the tire issues. We saw blistering, we saw cording, we saw drivers have to come to pit road, a ton of them with tire issues during that race. So speeds have been dropped down, trying to reduce those issues, looking now to try and make it all 26 laps with a 1 set of tires without drivers having to come in with issues. Tommy Fletcher Jr. going to lead the second lap here. Max Rossi won here last season in this race. Looks to the bottom lane, but now Satomu splits out 3 wide to the bottom. Heads up from the 45, but looks like the 41 will clear entering turn 1. No, Satomu gets a nice surge of momentum to get to the end set, but really has no help. The 15 of Mills not close enough to get to him. We'll see right here as they go through 1 and 2. Mills now getting to the back of the 15. Mills getting to the back of the 44 and is probably going to clear right there off turn number 2. Satomu will. Now Mills looks low down the back straightaway. bringing Roman Fenway, Jay Randall to the inside with him. That's 3 wide for the top spot, entering turn number 3. And how about some 4 wide racing at the front of the field? Roman Fenway with Jay Randall making the move. Roman Fenway for the race lead through 3 and 4 will take it away. Jay Randall will move to second, the 22. Michael Gregory up to third. And Trey Rennie won here back in season number 4. In his retirement season, looking to win again here at Pensacola. He's up to 4th on the inside. He's in the chase because of that all-star victory, so he can do whatever he wants here tonight. Fenway leads Randall to the inside. Now Randall going to go to the middle. Give the bomb to Michael Gregory in the 9 car. Off to the first corner. Gregory in line by the 22, though. Randall does clear for the top spot. Gregory to second, Trey Rennie to third. Griffin Lynn, our points leader, up to 4th, looking to extend the points lead as Luke Rain closed in just a little bit after the last race out at Talladega. Nonigan Scott up inside the top 5. The 48 started 6th, then fell back on the outside lane. Now back up on the inside, moving back forward is that 48 car. Trey Rennie for second as Jay Randall tries to pull away the race lead, entering turns 3 and 4. Gregory going to try and clear that 9 car as quick as he can to get to that 22 of Rando. See, nice run through the middle, 3 and 4 in the draft up for Trey Rennie right there. Nonigan Scott going to move up to 3rd in the 48 car, needing a lot to go his way if he wants to make it into the postseason. As Trey Rennie won the All-Star race, Scott's down even lower than Trey in points, so if Nonigan Scott wants to make the postseason, he's going to need to win a few more races, it looks like, and then get up inside the top 20 in points. It's doable, but it's going to be very, very hard for the 48. They need to be very, very consistent, very strong over these next few races to make it in. Scott to second, but still Jay Randall leading. Jose Mills going to move to 3rd in the 15 car. Colin Teague moving for 4th in the 00 as they race off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Mills looking low on Scott. It's the 48 now with the move to the inside to get down front of the 15. Nonigan Scott for the race lead. Mills can't do anything with that. Scott to the inside. They wreck out the back of the field. A car in the air. It looked like it was Kukulon. And they stacked them up. It was the 40. The 2 with them. Jeff Bright, Carter Friesen. Caution out. Max Rossi, last season's winner, has damage. Keegan Thompson has some front-end damage. Sotomu and others back around. That is the race back around. First caution flag on lap number 5. Nonigan Scott leads the field back around. Happened towards the back of the field. First caution flag in the air here at Pensacola. It might not be the last. Sebastian Kukulon involved in a big way. His day possibly done. He came in 3rd in the point standings. Look at this wild ride a few of our drivers are going to take here, racing down the back straight away. It's the 8 rubbing with Anthony Hernandez and the 83 of Max Rossi. They're rubbing in the middle of the racetrack. They're going to get clipped up into Sotomu. Watch the ride the 44 takes into the 40. Look at them both get air. Luke Rainey, Keyshawn Richardson, the 40 on top of the 2 car. Those drivers came in 2nd and 3rd in the point standings, and now they are stacked on top of each other, the 40 and the 2 car. Conrad Evans going to shove the 40 off of the 2. Rossi, look, I think Beeford missed it. TJ Henley on the outside may have missed it. Came in inside the top 5 in the points. Friesen, it's Keyshawn Richardson. Jeff Bright hit the 2, and I believe the 11 of Jake Galloway. Our pole sitter also got around on the outside lane, but a lot of cars involved in this one. Our first caution flag is out here in Pensacola. And the 8 and the 8 were just kind of rubbing right there. They got together and unfortunately caused an accident. And a hard hit for Sotomo, a hard hit for Kukulon. Look at some of those drivers barely missed it. Cole Luigi did a great job getting on the binders and missing it. Keegan Thompson, right there, got his damage. But Max Harris and some others, they did a really good job getting it slowed down, missing it, especially that 31 car. Riley Sampson on the inside barely missed getting involved in this one. Watch that 31. That white car right there. Around the outside for Fletcher Jr. Get Pez through the middle of it all. TJ Henley slammed on brakes. Beaver got through it. A lot of drivers did a great job missing this wreck. Getting back around to the caution flag in front of the damaged cars. They should be good to go and continue on for some of those drivers. For Nonigan Scott, exactly what we wanted to see. He wants to get every point he can, so maybe a lap slip on this point right here if he can lead a lot of these laps. Nonigan Scott currently out in front here at Pensacola. Coming back to the green flag on lap number 8, it is Nonigan Scott out in front and control of the field in the 48 car. The 2 cars that were stacked on top of each other are out of the race. Luke Rennie and Sebastian Kukulon, tough break for those drivers. They came in 2nd and 3rd in the point standings. That's definitely going to change after tonight. 40 cars are still left running at the moment, but some of them do have damage towards the back field. Go and see. There's the 44 coming up here with Sotomu. Max Rossi won here last season. Gregory, Friesen, Keyshawn Richardson, Jeff Bright. Some of these others, Keegan Thompson has some damage. Conrad Evans, a restart mid-pack, so we'll see how they do on this restart, especially with some of our drivers that aren't damaged a little bit further behind them. So it's currently Nonigan Scott, Jose Mills, Zachary DeLello, Baby Ruiz, and Colton Hill the front 5. They have Jay Randall, Levi Schultz, Colin Teague, Trey Rennie, and Evan Hunter. Then Derek Hamill, Ronan Curtis, Anthony Fox, Griffin Lynn, Charles Bois, Riley Spurley to Fenway, Seaman, Lyons, then Eli Bright, Jay Jefferson, Marshall Burrow, Riley Sampson, Scott Upton, Tommy Fletcher Jr., Anthony Hernandez, there's Yepez, Luigi, Buford, Evans, Anderson, Thompson, Galloway, Hanley, Jeff Bright, Keyshawn Richardson, Friesen, Gregory, Rossi, Sotomu. That's the field. Our first restart of the night here in Pensacola. Noggin Scott could be the first to get on the gas. There it is. We're green flag racing again in Pensacola. A great restart for that 16 of DeLello. Really got going. Mills did not in second position. That's going to cost him that spot. A great restart for DeLello. Not so great for Jose Mills in the 15 car. Now, if these drivers are going to get around this 15 car, if they can stay single file, they can definitely get to that 48 and easily get by him using this draft. That little bit of gap that 48 has, that's not what you want on a track like this where drafting is so key. You cannot break away from the pack. So this draft right here is going to propel them back together. You see DeLello already getting up in the draft for the 48. He wants to get to him, make a run through 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. We'll see what they can do. Already cars off the pace. Keyshawn Richardson and some others towards the back of the field. Some drivers trying to get through it and stay in the draft. At the front, still Scott DeLello. Now Randall to third, Colin Teague to fourth, Evan Hunter looking for fifth in the 43 car. A lot of yellow cars towards the front of the field. A lot of cars with yellow. That 22, 00, 43, 7 has some yellow in the car. The 47, the 18, the 15, the 26. A lot of these cars with bright colors showing at the front of the field. The bright numbered 48, though, out in front. Noggin Scott currently leads in the low Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And Hendrick won here last season in the chase race. That was Eli Bright who did it. Route to his championship win. Levi Schoen's move up to third just behind Jay Reynolds. They look to get by this 48 of Noggin Scott off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Schoens will break low first on Jay Reynolds for second. That allows Scott to keep the race lead. Griffin Lynn, our points there, also peeking out of line. The 10 car. Anson and Trouble 26 will go with them. Schoens now looking low through 3 and 4. The 48 trying to block down low. He will get in front of the 7 in time. Griffin Lynn will move up to third. Anson and Charles, Roman Fenway, Ronan Curtis also moving forward. They race off turn number 4. Lynn looking low for second. Schoens trying to protect the spot. Charles trying to look even lower. That might give Schoens the advantage he needs to clear entering turn number 1. Can he? He can't. Charles and Lynn keep their noses to the inside of the 7. See some of the cars, how far spread out they are already. Anthony Charles to second. Ronan Curtis now to third. Seaman for fourth, who dominated the Daytona 500 earlier this season. There goes Charles for the race lead down the back straightaway. Ronan Curtis with them. Anson and Charles for the top spot. Seaman looks low on Curtis now to break the 77 away from the 26. Oh, but Curtis will clear that, so Noggin Scott out of the race. He's now going to be outside the top 5. Look at the 66 through the middle, Landon Lyons. And Eli Bright charging to the front, the 24 car. As we mentioned, 3 of the last 4 races here have been top 2 finishes. He's won 2 of them. When you're back in season 10 in this race. Won the chase race here last season, got second to Max Rossi in the first race here last season. Ronan Curtis for the top spot. Behind 3 wide goes Evan Hunter for third. Heads up from Anthony Fox, Tommy Fletcher Jr., and Jonathan Beeford. Curtis out front, bringing fellow Dodge with him. Evan Hunter. Now Hunter has a run off turn 2. We'll see if he takes it to the inside. He will for sure. That was too big a run to just let out and let that 77 in line. Now right there, Anthony Fox to the bottom, 3 wide. Anthony Fox inside 3-way battle for the race lead, entering turns 3 and 4. It is Anthony Fox, the 38, pulling out front, coming around to complete our 11th lap here in the AMP Energy 500. Jonathan Buford, who started runner-up on the field, right now up to second. Derek Hamill coming forward as well in the 12 car. They'll look 3 wide, and Anthony Fox, the 38, leads lap number 11. But Buford, I think, has his nose to the inside. I believe the 12 does as well. They'll be 4 wide in turns 1 and 2 for the top spot. Jose Mills forcing his way to the inside in the 15 car. That DI-powered number 15 moving to the front of the field. Diego Yepez moving back in the 88 car. Led the first lap of this race, fell back, missed the big crash. Now back up into it. How about the 31 of Riley Sampson? Also narrowly missed that big crash. He's moving forward. Colin Teague back behind him in the 00 car. As Mills leads Yepez to turn number 3. We'll see if the 88 peaks low. Entering the 3rd corner, he does. Sampson goes with him. Sampson looks low to the double yellow line, but Yepez does a great job keeping that bottom lane protected. Here come 2 more DI cars. They're lined up nose to tail. Colton Yo and Max Anderson making hay through the field. Coming around to complete the 12th lap here in the AMP Energy 500. Yepez leads. Here comes Sampson looking, but Colin Teague goes low first in the 00. Teague with a flying run entering turn 1. Look at the momentum he has entering the 1st corner. He's there in the 88. A great run for Colin Teague to move forward the top spot. Here comes Max Anderson, Baby Rose to help him out. Through 1 and 2, Colin Teague to clear off turn number 2. Ruiz, Schoens, Jefferson also on the inside lane. Max Anderson Breaking low for the top spot. Baby Ruiz in the 47 with them. Now Ruiz peeking the nose out, but it's going to be Shones to make it first. The 47 was a little bit hesitant, making the move, and right there, Shones able to make it to the inside 3 wide for third. Fourth lead, it goes Max Anderson. Trey Rennie coming back in the 18 car. DeLevo and Eli Bright just behind him. Hamill got down line in front of Jay Brando right there. That 12 car slide in line. That's 6th on the inside. Coming back around to lead it halfway, it will be Max Anderson on the outside to do it. The 1 car leads. Lap number 13. 13 laps of racing to go in the Amp Energy 500. We are catching lap traffic. The car ahead is the 29 of Keyshawn Richardson. Next one is Carter Friesen, not that much farther up the road, so we'll definitely catch those two. We'll see who they hold up and if anyone loses the draft because of it as they race off turn number 2. Oh, look at them go around the outside. They split. Eli Bright halted. A few get away, but not many. Oh, look at this. This could be dangerous. They might look 4 wide around this 29 car. If they start forcing it, watch out. Eli Bright's got to find a way around Keyshawn Richardson at some point. He was the one that definitely got hurt the most off of that. Baby Rose as well. Eli's going to try and lead the outside around, but the inside's going, and no other lane is able to find a way around this 29 of Keyshawn Richardson. Look at the gap. They have already lost. And that 7 of Shones is out here. And now you have to also watch out for the 6 of Carter Friesen, who is ahead. There he is, not that much farther up the road, so Shones has it. But now in the draft, Max Anderson with the run. The 7 cuts him off, though. Now, those 3 have gotten away, but this pack right here, this second pack, is definitely going to run them down in the draft. These drivers are going to hope for a yellow flag to come out at some point, especially drivers back here that got really screwed up because of that 29 Keyshawn Richardson. They're really praying a yellow comes out at some point during this race. And it might happen if we catch lap traffic even more. So now the race here is going to run down the 6 of Carter Friesen. Max Anderson wants to peek low for the top spot as they catch this 6. I believe that's going to allow Shones to go around the outside. Oh, they're going to split. That's very close there. Friesen left barely enough room on the inside for those drivers to go around. And now the inside, the place to be to get around the 6 of Carter Friesen. Jay Renner going to jump to the outside. Yepez also going to jump high. They'll split the 6 car in the middle. Now Friesen hits the 38, and they hit the pit wall. A hard hit for Friesen and Anthony Fox. Fox going to have to hold the brake to make sure no one hits him. He does a great job, but 2 cars involved. The yellow is out, and we're going to have a restart. Now our racers did not take the yellow flag. So now they're probably going to let that 44, and he's going to restart mid-pack. Max Anderson leading the train around. They want to get to this 44 so that they can put cars in between them and the rest of the field. Will they get there in time? 10 to go to the line. Will they let the 44? Will he stay on the lead lap? Charging onto Sotomu. These drivers want to get a buffer over the rest of the field. And the rest of the field praying they don't catch him. But they will off turn number 4. And they pull high. Now how many can get around? It's a race to get around him right here. Looks like everyone but the 45 of that front pack will get around him. So he's going to line up 9th in line, 10th in line. Caution flag is called. A hard hit for Carter Friesen and Anthony Fox. As Fox tried to negotiate around the 6th, Friesen looked like hit him. And it causes both their days to be done. Let's see what happened. Our second caution flag here in the Amp Energy 500. Coming off of the 4th corner, Carter Friesen is leaving so much room, he just has to stay in that line. If he holds a straight wheel, everyone gets around him just fine. But right here, for some reason, he swerves down to the bottom and is going to completely wipe out this 30 of Anthony Fox. I don't know if he wanted to make a move to pit road, but it's going to be so late. Right here, Fox nips the pit wall, and so does Carter Friesen. A hard hit for both of those drivers as they take hard impacts. Luckily, there are barrels there to soften the impact, but still a hard one for sure. Both drivers are okay after a hard hit into those pit barrels for Anthony Fox and Carter Friesen. I have to put all the blame on that. Carter Friesen, that should not have done that. I mean, if he just held the wheel straight, he was fine. Now for that secondary pack, if Sotomo moves out of the way fast enough, they can latch on and stay with this main pack. So that's very good break for those drivers that were going to lose the drive. See, when they announced the trouble, they saw it coming. They were like, oh gosh, I have to move high. Because they were like, that's not looking right. That is our second caution flag here in the Amp Energy 500. Our racers did left the 44 of Georgia Sotomu. He'll line up 10th in line. It is currently the 1 of Max Anderson out in front of the Amp Energy 500. Looking to lead the rest of the race. How will Sotomu impact the pack behind him? Coming back to the green flag, it will be 8 laps of racing to go when we take it. Max Anderson, the 1 currently in control, as we will add 2 more retirees. Anthony Fox His team has not yet officially retired, but will happen. Carter Friesen as well is taking his car to the garage. He's done. Cars lap down for Keyshawn Richardson and Georgia Sotomu. 36 still on the lead lap. The 44 lines up 10th in line. We'll see if he can get out of the way as quick as he can to let the rest of the pack through and have a shot. Max Anderson, Trey Rainey, Levi Shones, Landon Lyons, Nonigan Scott, Colin Teague, Derek Hamill, Zachary DeLello, and Colnio all cleared the 44 for the finish line, so they will all be ahead of the 44. Then 10th on back, going to have to try and negotiate around them very fast. That's Seaman, Curtis, Brando Sampson, Yepez Lynn, Charlebois, Hunter, Ruiz, Luigi, Fletcher Jr. That's the top 20. Can the pack behind this 44 get around them? If they don't, it will be a 9-car race. Anderson going to be the first step on the gas. He's gone and leaves Trey Rainey on the restart. That was a great jump for the 1 car. So Tomu actually got a good restart. Seaman didn't. Yeah, that 44 got going. The 45 did not, and that really hurts them because now Sotoma's going to be blocking, I think, both lanes unless he leaves that bomb to Seaman, and he won't. So right there, Williams Seaman not getting a good restart hurts everyone behind him. And I think that's now going to be a 9-car race for the victory because of this restart out of Williams Seaman. That was really a bad restart. If he stays with that 44, which should not have been a problem with that 44's damage, if he stays with them, they go. Before the race, Anderson got too good of a jump, and Trey Rainey's going to fly around him down the back straightaway. Yeah, and Max Anderson just did too well in that restart right there. He got away by 3-4 car lengths, and I don't know if Trey Rainey maybe laid back on purpose to get to the top spot. Right there, Trey Rainey leads here at Pensacola. And Anderson is falling back. I mean, he's back to 9th now, just because of that one pass right there. Nonigan Scott on Trey Rainey. Trey's going to lead the lap right here. 7 laps to go. Shones low, 3 wide. And that secondary pack, I think they are close enough to latch on the draft. I think they will have a shot at this thing. Everyone who got around, I mean, these drivers back here back to maybe, I don't know. It's going to be tough because how spread out the field is. It's going to be close for some drivers. But I think at least 20 are going to have a shot because they have a nice run. They're going to be able to take this run as well with a nice push in this draft. Nonigan Scott does clear to keep the race lead. Levi Shones in second. Colton Yo in third. Now DeLello low on Yo. Max Anderson back in line. Trey Rainey also down line. Actually looking at Derek Hamill now for that spot. Colin Teague, and here is this pack that caught up due to the draft. They're back in it. Now more coming like Luigi Bibi Ruiz, Hunter, Galloway, Eli Bright, Jefferson, Fenway, Upton, Charlebois. I think those are going to be the cars that have a shot. Back behind Burrow and all these others, I believe they are the last ones out of it. So it's going to be these cars to settle it. We have one on pit road. Couldn't tell who that was. We'll have to look and see an update. Is it still Nonigan Scott leading? I believe he's probably led the most laps here today. That's Griffin Lynn, our point series on pit road with an issue in the 10 car. So the top 3 in points have all had issues here today. TJ only could leave us the points there because he's running up inside the top 10 right now. Looking for his 3rd straight Super Speedway top 5 finish. He won the 500, the first race of the season. Max Anderson has a strong car as well, just like the 48. He wants to get up here to the inside and try and challenge. Because he knows he can't let that 48 lead for the rest of this race. We'll see if DEI can work together. His teammate Jose Mills just behind him. As Max Anderson has a run off turn number 4 onto Nonigan Scott. He'll take it to the inside. Colin Teague going to go even lower, 3 wide. And now 5 laps to go at Pensacola. Can Scott clear to turn 1? It's close. He can, though. He gets to the middle. He wants to have Max Anderson push him. Colin Teague will look to the inside. Now, will that work for the 48? He has a nice run through the middle of the racetrack. Not too much of a run for the inside lane at this moment. Teague pulls door-to-door with the 48. Down the back straightaway, Diego Yepez looking 3 wide on TJ Hanley, forcing the 21 to the middle to help the 00. And they're still door-to-door for the top spot. Scott a slight edge to turn 3, 4 wide behind to the corner. That's the outside pole sitter, Jonathan Buford, making those aggressive moves in the 99 car. Looking for his 3rd victory of the season. He's the only driver to win multiple this season. If he can get a 3rd one, that's big for his wildcard chances. Yeah, because remember, we're only going to have one wildcard spot unless Trey Rainey breaks inside the top 20, so it's going to be big there. 4 laps to go. Colin Teague and Nonigan Scott are still side by side, and the 48 strongly clears that 00 on the outside lane. How about how strong Nonigan Scott's car is? Won the Brickyard earlier this season. Looking away at Pensacola, actually pulls away because they're 2x2 behind. I don't think Colin Teague's car is as good as some of the others around him. I think his car is lacking. I think they need to shuffle him out as quick as they can. Yeah, you can see he's just not really getting the run. Scott is pulling away without any draft. 3 to go at the stripe. Jay Randall 3 wide. Fenway with them. Upton, Seaman also moving on the inside. Jay Jefferson, Luigi, and Anson and Charlebois. Can they time it right? Or will the 48 maintain his gap? And right there, they're shuffling the double O aside. I like that because I don't think Colintique's car is as good. 3 laps to go in Pensacola. And Randall will easily clear this 0-0 through 1 and 2. Now he has a run onto the 48 of Scott. And they're 4 wide behind them. Scott up to made an aggressive move, and the 17 paid the price to let out of the gas to make sure they weren't 4 wide. See right there, the 0-0 let that 48 get such a huge gap. The 22 easily pulled up on that gap. So Colintique's car is not as good as the drivers around him that he's racing. Scott Upton low, looking on Jay Randall for second. 2 rookies of the Gatorade Cup Series go at it for second position. Behind Nonigan Scott, another rookie who won at the Brickyard, looking for his second victory of the season. Colintique still looking strong through the middle of the racetrack. Come around to 2 to go. It's money time. Who will time it right? 6 miles remain. 2 laps to go for Nonigan Scott, who's dominated today in Pensacola, looking to end it on top. As we're catching Keyshawn Richardson one final time. He will play in the impact. Right there, they're going to go around the outside. That's the place to be. 3 cars break away, 4, 5. It's going to be a 5-car shootout as the rest of the field halted by Keyshawn Richardson, a lap car. It's going to be Scott Upton, Randall Colintique, and Roman Fenway to settle it. Now, if they get side by side for a second, that's really hurting their chances. But Randall does pull low. Keyshawn blocking the outside now, but it's a 5-car breakaway at the front of the field to settle it. Scott has Randall behind him, coming around to the white flag. Sotomu is in 1 and 2, so we're not going to catch him. Here they come on 4. The white flag in the air for Nonigan Scott, but a battle. Jay Randall to his inside, and Colintique with them. How about Roman Fenway out of line, 3 wide? Fenway 3 wide for a second, but Jay Randall clears into turn number 1. Looking to win. Roman Fenway will move to second. Now, does he have enough for a run, though? Does he have enough help to get to that 22 and make a move? He has a slight run in the draft. He's going to have to make it off turn 2 here. Fenway behind Randall. They race off 2 and down the back straightaway for the final time at Pensacola. 1.5 miles remains. Can they get by Jay Randall? Can Upton push Fenway to the inside? There he goes. Roman Fenway for the top spot in turns 3 and 4. Upton will go low with the 17. And it is Roman Fenway to clear Jay Randall off of the 4th corner. Can Upton make one final shot at the victory? Scott coming back in the inside, but it's too late off the 4th corner. Roman Fenway gets the battle down the back straightaway to clear and win the AMP Energy 500. Roman Fenway gets it done. Fenway wins the AMP Energy 500 at Pensacola, and Roush is back on top. They put another car in victory lane. Roman Fenway wins here in Pensacola, Florida, in a 5-car shootout for the race victory. Let's go see the finish results and the point standings. Here's how they finished in the AMP Energy 500 at the Pensacola International Speedway. 2 caution flags tonight for 4 laps. In 13 lead changes, 10 different drivers saw the lead in Pensacola. Reigning supreme, Roman Fenway gets it done, the 17 car, passing Jay Randall down the back straightaway to win. Scott Upton pushed him through to second. 3rd place, Nonigan Scott led the most laps of 11, but passed at the white flag. Got back up to 3rd. Jay Randall 4th, and 5th place to Colintique. Those were the only 5 drivers with a shot at the end. Tommy Fletcher Jr. gets 6th. Jake Galway from pole gets 7th. Max Anderson led 5 laps. He gets 8th. Anthony Charbon, Evan Hunter round out the top 10. Colton Young with an 11th. Derek Hamill in 12th. Riley Sprague to 13th. William Newman 14th and 15th for Code Luigi. Levi Schultz, Diego Yapez, Jay Jefferson, Landon Lyons, and Eli Bright finish inside the top 20. Trevor Rennie gets 21st. DeLello 22nd. Beaver 23rd. Ruiz and Sampson round out the top 25. Then it is Michael Gregory, Jose Mills, Ronan Curtis, Marshall Burrow, TJ Hanley, Jeff Bright, Conrad Evans, Anthony Hernandez, Keegan Thompson, Max Rossi all in the lead lap. Sotomu 1 lap down. Keyshawn Richardson played an impact twice in this race. He finished 2 laps down. Griffin Lynn, our points are out of the race. It was a header issue on the 10 car. He does maintain the points lead. And out of the race from crash damage, Fox, Friesen, Kukulan, and Luke Rainey. Let's now go see the point standings, how much they've shifted after a crazy one in Pensacola. With 3 of the top 4 points having issues in Pensacola, Griffin Lynn does maintain it, but TJ Lee now only 3 points back in 2nd. Luke Rainey down to 3rd, Kukulan down to 4th, and 5th place, Evan Hunter all the way up inside the top 5. Anthony Fox now 6th, Colton Yo 7th, Roman Fenway this win moves up to 8th in points. Landon Lyons and Max Anderson hold the final spots inside the top 10. Just below them, Tommy Fletcher Jr., Zachary DeLello, Eli Bright, Jay Randall, Cole Luigi, Levi Shones, Keyshawn Richardson, Marshall Burrow, Ronan Curtis, and Anthony Charbon. It's a 3-way tie for 18th, down at the bottom of the top 20. Right now, the 1 wildcard spot is Zachary DeLello. He is 12th in points with the victory. No one besides Jonathan Beaver has 2 victories so far this season. How about the 3 of the top 4 in points had bad days, horrible nights. In fact, all the top 4 terrible nights here tonight. Lynn with his header issues. TJ Henley lost the drive because of lap traffic. Luke Rennie and Kukulon both involved in that first accident. All four had bad nights, but they maintained their top 4 spots and points. But now that's allowed Hunter, Fox, Fenway to close in within 100 points of the points lead. Look down, John Beefort's really the big name down here with his 2 victories, now down 26th in points. Needs to be top 20 though to use those wins as a wild card spot. You look down, Jose Mills with his victory down 28th. Trevor Rennie down 39th. But once again, in the chase because of that all-star victory, Noggin Scott up to 38th. Carter Friesen now down to 40th. And look down, Anthony Hernandez, Colin Teague, Alex Reynolds round out the points field. 15 races in, we're about halfway through the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 12. We look forward to our 16th race, the end of the Super Speedway swing. We go back to Daytona for the Gatorade 0400. I will see you guys then.